All right, Shalom, Israel giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakah Kadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle, elders, bishops, great millstone. My salutations to the brothers, teach word for the hopeful elect, soon to be the elect, most I will. To the hopeful extended elect, Shalom blessings. And it's a real quick video. I just did a video and it's copyrighted, so I don't know how many see that. But anyway, they're flagging videos left and right. You know, what the world is coming to, in the mind state of is basically, and it's been like that, but it's as it turns and get into more social matter, social media, and the truth being out there at the same time and surfacing more than ever, people are questioning God. They're questioning belief, what others believe in, or what others have opinions about, and really, they really miss the whole understanding of what's really going on, and coming from the truth. We know it's a power that created the heavens and earth. So you could say a lot of things. You could be a lot of things according to what you think is your own will. But really, there is no free will. There is no free spirit, And I use an example of this. It's like, yeah, you could strive to be president, strive to be a lawyer in your mind, or strive to be a entrepreneur. But in the case of World War III, if America wants you to go to war, they'll draft you, they come get you. You're gonna have to abide by their rules. So there is powers in this earth that cut into your own, so to speak, thoughts about being free or being, having your own opinion or beliefs. You can have your own opinions all day, but that don't determine the outcome of any situation you might be in, stating your opinion, because of who's really in control. And the Most High is really in control. He's even controlling these devils. It says Hebrews 12:9. It says, "Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in the subjection to the Father of spirits and live?" So there's a Father of spirits, man. The Father of everyone's spirit. Even there's a Father of the Son of God. Is a Father of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Christ Yahweh Shai, which is the Spirit, and the first Spirit created. He has a Father, and it's Yahweh. So, these people. Well, I choose not to believe in the Hebrew Israelites. I choose to believe in, to be an atheist or a free spirit. You could dream of whatever you want to, man. That doesn't mean that you're able to control what's, or determine your outcome. Because it says in the scriptures, not only this, but, everybody has it's going to be judged for what they do in their body. And that's almost like if that was the case, and in a general definition for people that say that, which is a lot of people, probably most of these people out here, then murderers be like, well, yeah, that's just me. I'm a murderer. I'm a free spirit. Leave me alone. My opinion is that, everyone I see in my path needs to die. That's my opinion. So I can't be judged for that. Or any matter at this age. That's probably not the best analogy, but it's like if everybody was free to their opinion, which is only probably a statement and not a true actual thing, but it's still supposed to be respected in some kind of way, just like I said, You know, if a cop pulls you over or government come get you, you say, well, my opinion is that, or this is what I believe, that I'm a free spirit, that I can exercise my freedom as a human being. This is inhumane what y'all doing. Then they want to kind of tie it into some moralism, but still deny God. You know, it's backwards. You're tied in to basically your own thoughts. It says in the scriptures, they're going to be paraphrasing. They're going to be convicted of their own thoughts, man. Their own thoughts are going to be working against them. Uh, and it says in the scriptures, prove all things, King James Version. So if it says prove all things, that means all things can be proven. And if there's such thing as your own opinion, then that means like anybody can have one. And even if you prove something, they say, well, that's your opinion. Then that doesn't even make sense to even be able to prove anything. That's why they have court situations. That's why they have juries, so they can prove this person guilty or innocent. You know, any other way would be like, well, nobody could judge nobody, nobody can prove anything because that's their opinion. It's my opinion that I could do this. It's my opinion that this is wrong or right. But somebody's going to jail. Somebody's being proven wrong to, uh, you know, so, you know, take the consequences of that wrong action that they did. You know, I don't know how to talk English well. Sometimes it's hard for me to put together sentences, but you know, hopefully, you understand what I'm saying. Prove all things, King James Version. This, it's this app, this. I can't wait to the kingdom, man. I have to deal with all this BS, man. It says First Thessalonians 5:21. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. So if things could be proven, I can prove to you that God does exist, and you could try to prove to me that He doesn't. But if we both go to extensive levels to prove, then what doesn't make sense and what's based on a shaky foundation of information is gonna fail, man. That's why people do research of things, investigate, detective work. You know, that's why you got a woman trying to prove a man that he cheated. Now she could be like, well, she can have her opinion, be like, well, see him walking down the street, yeah, you was with this one female. Hey, that wasn't my girl though, and that's my cousin. Well, y'all seem pretty close. Like y'all seem like y'all was about to. That was a long hug you did, and she might exaggerate because she wants to be for that to be true. Maybe she's doing something also behind his back or whatever, but he might not even be doing that. So she'll go to extensive levels to prove. But if she never see him and never would so-called would ever catch him and all that, she gonna think in her mind and go ahead and go with it. He's cheating, and that's the same thing the world with us. If the prophets don't come soon on us, they're gonna say, well, they're gonna just go ahead. Well, yeah, they lying because it's taking too long. Saying or the God hasn't showed himself, and yeah, the son will return. What is he gonna return? They gonna and people when people don't get what they want, they'll go ahead and make up a lie. They'll go ahead. That's why it tells you that in Isaiah 30:20 it says, "Speak to us smooth things." Uh, tell us deceitful deceits. Tell us pretty much lies. That's what the world wants to hear. They want to hear lies, deceitful things. Like, yeah, because it fits their lifestyle. You know, it's like almost like you want to live a fairy tale. People want to live a fairy tale in America. So when you talk about this war, you talk about prophecies, you talk about the end times, they're gonna be like, nah, that it ain't, that don't make sense. Or the MOTB is already here among us, or that is what we believe it is. They're gonna say nah, cause that's my opinion. I don't see that. Well, you don't have to see it. And it tells you in the scripture the Most High blinded them so they would not see, gave them eyes that not see, ears that they not hear. So you dealing with a different, you dealing with a high level of power that you don't know exists or you're questioning about because of your own personal selfish thoughts, you know? And Yahweh Shai talked about that. He's like, you think evil things in your mind. What else does it say? Uh, so they are without excuse. King James Version. It says Romans 1 and 20 is one of my favorite scriptures. It says, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen. They're clearly seen, the invisible things. So if you don't know about prophecies, well, the prophets out there. You don't know about certain things that you can't see, uh, like um, Most High, divided the sons of. I mean, Most High divided the sons of Adam. He made this. He made nations and families. You see that on the earth. That's no lie. Like I said, the East Indians don't hang with the so-called Native Americans because they're not the same people. They don't have the same spirit. You know, the closest relationship of a melanated man and a non-melanated man, the so-called black man and so-called white man, has the closest relationship because they were brothers in the womb of a woman, not because this slave system experience, this slavery, Atlantic slave trade experience. Actually, they were more enemies in that time. So, this is a this is a past relationship of reincarnation, and that's what our people don't understand. We don't, you know, we don't. It's all kind of melanated nations here, even in America, and we don't. We get along. Our people get along with the so-called white man more than them, but it's a still a love and hate kind of relationship. But still, they get along with them, the so-called white man, better because they were brothers at one time. So those kind of fashionable things are set before us, and if you knew in the spirit, then you would understand. So there's a recompense. There's a you know when you have in your mind, when you have a person that doesn't believe in God, but they're wrong in some kind of way, their family, their son or daughter, their father, or mother, they're gonna look for help to help come to pass the recompense of those that that person's error that came upon them. Like, this person did me wrong, so they got to scream, they got to yell out for a justice system or some kind of an elite system to have these things come about. The law, you know. So you can't, nah. Don't play that card, man. Of individuality and leave me alone. And the world is fucked, and I don't care. Nah, you still got to be in it. You still got to work for people, communicate with people. You still got to cry out to people sometime. As long as you do that, your opinion can only be an opinion and not so much the truth. Because there's always somebody looking into a matter and seeing if it's right or wrong, just like you yourself, a matter of your own personal situations. So if you want them to be judged correctly, your own matters, to where, yeah, you can have justice for it, concerning public or some kind of elite body watching you, being able to have the power to come at you, lock you up, yeah, you're gonna then try to pull some from some moral code and something like, oh, but I didn't do no wrong. I didn't do no wrong. So don't try to play the cards like wrong and right. It doesn't exist. God and evil and good doesn't exist. God doesn't exist. Saints don't exist. Don't act like that, man. Because really, you're gonna find out they do, and really, you're gonna find out a prophet but among you. And really, you're gonna find that opinions really don't matter. The truth matters. So that's what these people, America has groomed these people to believe in. A lie in their own fantasy, in their own world. Like you can build your own world. You know? These celebrities, they each had a dream of their own personal world that they wanted to build and become. Maybe in some kind of leadership way. But you see when they get into the industry that their dream is over. They're controlled by higher people. They got the contracts, they got the power to, you know, put them in certain positions to make them compromise. So, hey, we living in this day in our captivity, man, and our people don't understand that. They're gonna find out the hard way. And when this World War III comes, Jacob's trouble and things like that, they're gonna start to scream out. They're gonna start to yell out for help that's not even there because they didn't even believe in it. They only believed in themselves, man. And themselves, believing in themselves, got them caught up for destruction. And it tells you that in the scripture. It says they became lovers of themselves, man. Men, lovers of themselves. And that's what a lot of these black women become. Lovers of themselves, man. That's why they're going to be lonely and destroyed in that day. Like they're destroyed now, crying out to the system for SNAP benefits and all that. You got to know who you're dealing with, man. And you got to know that God exists. The Most High exists. And he's Yahweh. No other God. It's not the God of these nations. It's not no some kind of weird God, some kind of fluff fairy tale God that got, you know, a chamber of rainbows of colored ponytailed colored haired ponies and shit that rise through the clouds, sprinkling sparkles on everybody and shit. They gonna wake up to some gruesome. America's gonna wake up to some gruesome ish, man. Pretty soon, man. Cause this is a land. This is La La Land, the land of make believe, and a land of where you can dream, and a land of foolishness. You know, a land of folly, great folly, man. It says great folly is set up great dignity. I think I'm saying it right. But Most High is cutting that down, and people are going to start to mourn heavily in this place. Anyway, hopefully it was edifying. Got another video to do concerning the bug outs and all that. I'm teaching that Gentiles could be saved. Hey, that's what it is. They becoming more bugged out, waxing worse. And Most High told us not to give into them to give, not giving into them that are giving it to change. Keep changing their doctrine. Don't know what to believe in. We're enemies at first, and then we're friends at the last. We all come together, and then some of them we hate. Some of them people we hate. They can't get their story right, man. They can't live their story out. You know, now they talking about Gentiles being saved, man. Anyway, I hope it is that fun to the next video. Show.